What if I told you in 4 months you can become completely unrecognizable? What if I told you that you just had to work on three things every single day for the rest of the year, and it's guaranteed that you will see change, that you will see growth? On the other side of being uncomfortable, on the other side of anxiety, on the other side of fear is the person that you want to be. And today we're going to have a discussion about some of the things that you can do right now, some of the things that have helped me on this journey. If you can add to the conversation, feel free to comment down below. So, first and foremost, I think it's important to understand that when you are making any major change, it's going to feel uncomfortable. It is going to feel uncomfortable when you are trying to chase a dream, when you are trying to start a business. It's going to feel kind of icky because I say this all the time, but literally your mind is trying to keep you safe, and anything that's out of the norm, whatever your norm looks like to you right now, whether good or bad, your mind is going to play tricks on you and tell you that you shouldn't be doing it. I promise you, just watch until the end of the video. It will all make sense. But the first thing you have to work on every single day is your mind. When you really get down to it, you have to realize the thought patterns, the habits, all of the people you have interacted with, your colleagues, college, university, everyday people, they all leave a bit of an imprint on us, whether we realize it, but there's an imprint. And you have to decide how you want to design your life. Everyone talks about journaling, but I really got serious about who it is I want to be, how I want to show up, and I wrote 100 goals. So I advise you to do this. Write 100 goals. Where do you want to live? How does it look? The furniture you want to buy? Where do you want to travel? Your career, down to like your clothing, your attitudes, your habits. You'll be surprised how many things you can actually start right now, or how many of those goals lead to other goals that lead to other goals. The little things that you do daily will get you to your end result, but you literally have to be aware of it. And to be aware is to write it down. There's a lot of us that have a lack mindset and we're not aware of it. And by that, I mean, plain and simple, you think you don't deserve nice things. You think that the world operates out of luck, or because this person grew up a specific way, or they know this person, like that's why everything has worked out for them. Your words have power and your thoughts have power. The moment I kind of released that and realized, you know what? Good things come to me, money comes to me, opportunity comes to me. Like, yeah, I still have some days that are off. I'm not going to lie to you. But for the most part, there's so many things that have happened where I'm just like, this is scary. Let's say you're not in the best mood, and then like you go out and you're met with that energy, or your day just progressively seems to get worse. It's a vibration. When your frequency is off, then you're going to attract more off or negative frequency. And I know it sounds woo woo, but I've noticed this. Like, yes, sometimes you're going to have anxiety or just be angry. Someone's going to piss you off. You're going to be stressed out. But it's important to try to go inward and just calm and soothe yourself so that you don't attract more of that energy. Also, if you're someone that doesn't understand the concept of like lack mindset or just how your mindset should be, I encourage you one to journal, put your thoughts out on paper. Think about some of the patterns you've seen in your family or your friends, and just decide that you don't want that for yourself. And what is it that you have to do to not end up like that, or to not have a repeat of what you're seeing? Another thing I want to talk about is getting organized and just constantly educating yourself. I talk about this in my videos, but like there are people who are successful, who have done the damn thing, who have written books, and we don't read the books. I'm going to recommend it again. A Happy Pocket Full of Money. I am rereading this book as we speak, and it's interesting how when you reread books, it's as if you're reading it for the first time, because depending on where you are in life, you're able to absorb that information in a different light. It's crazy because I've read that book so many times. The next book I want to recommend is The Creative Act. If you are a creator, if you're someone that wants to tap into just being an artist, whether that's music, a blog, a YouTube channel, a podcast, any of those things, go ahead and read that book because I think, once again, when it comes to mindset, a lot of us don't realize how many hidden talents and skills that we have that need to be put out there. If you have had an idea, if you've had a thought like to start a business or to create a channel, and you have not done so and it keeps coming back to you, it's meant to be executed by you. I say this all the time, and I know I sound like a broken record, but literally, if you don't create that idea, if you don't record that video, someone else is going to do it. You have to show up. You have to show up even when you're scared. And that's a part of your mindset. Like when you expand your mind, opportunities come, your thought patterns change. Like you just decide you just want to do it all and you don't necessarily care about who's looking. It's you versus you. The second thing you need to work on every single day is your physical body. Now, listen, I'm not trying to sound like one of the girls or the guys, the health gurus, fitness gurus. I am not one. I am just now learning and I'm on my journey myself. But let me tell you, when I'm in that gym, and I'm doing them lateral pulls and I'm doing those squats and I'm on the treadmill and the stepper and the sweat is just dripping off my body. There's something about getting my stress out in the gym that I feel like that was a major key for me. I just didn't realize how much I needed that. And I get it. You know, gym memberships are expensive, especially if you live in New York. Like, but you have to make moving your body a priority. So if you can't afford a gym membership, go to the park, walk around, practice yoga, stretch your body, move your body. I know some of us have limitations due to like where we live or maybe just injuries from sports or whatever. So you have to find what works for you, but we only have one body. I wish this is something that I knew earlier. As a woman, especially if you're in your late 20s, early 30s, and beyond, your body starts to change. And a lot of the issues that we have when it comes to hormones, when it comes to weight gain, is because of the foods that we're consuming and the lack of movement in our body. I was in Whole Foods and I was trying to decide between what snacks I wanted to get. This one lady was like, "Oh, if you want to know like what's in it, like you need to download Yuka. Yuka is an app that tells you about the additives, the oils, sugar, and all of that that's in groceries." And I was just like, "Okay, well, let me go ahead, download that." I kid you not, I had to clear the pantry. The coloring, the dyes, the soybean oil. Like, why is there red and yellow in my chips? It's just, it blows my mind, and I don't want to get too deep into it. But download Yuka. I'm telling you, it's going to change the way you eat and the things you put in your body. Now, once again, I'm not saying to only shop at Whole Foods or only shop at the fresh market or only shop at, I'm not saying that. Any supermarket you go to, there are options that you can choose that are alternates. There's so many things that I was eating that was horrible, treacherous. And now I'm at another point where I think I have a gluten intolerance, and that's a whole nother story. And obviously, you can't wean everything out. When you go out to eat, you can't scan, you can't use Yuka, you can't scan your dinner, right? But within your everyday life, there are little changes that you can make, and I guarantee you, you will see a difference. It's interesting to me how when we eat certain things, I know y'all can relate, like you eat certain things, you just feel like super tired, super logy, your stomach hurts. Your body is speaking to you. It is an indication that you don't need to be eating that. I ignore my body for a long time, a long time. There's certain things that I've eaten and it's just like, oh, I have gas or my stomach hurts or I'm super tired or I have a headache. And it's just like, oh, okay, let me stop eating that. And through a process of elimination, you start to feel better. There's fast food restaurants everywhere. Food is a business. They are not choosing quality flour, eggs to make bread. They're not choosing grass-fed, pasture-raised eggs and meats for you to eat. Make your own selections at home. I now understand what the girlies and the guys talk about. Like, there's some girls that are growing their own vegetables. I saw on TikTok, there's a girl that grows her own vegetables in her New York apartment. Like, the girls are getting serious about this. People are living on the land and farming and eating their own crops and animals. And, like, I completely get it. I'm not ready for that yet, but I'm trying my best in my daily actions. And I think you should too. So I just had to mention that. The third thing that you want to work on is your spirit or your soul. And I don't want to get too deep, but let me break it down for you to understand. We are all creatives, we are all abundant beings. We are allowed to live many lives within this one life. It is designed that way. I've adapted a concept that's really helped me through some rough times. When you think about a seed, right? You plant a seed into the ground, you cover it with dirt, you water it, there's sunlight, and eventually you get a tree, you get a flower, you get a fruit tree. Fruit, that's just law, that's nature, that's what happens, right? As human beings, we are seeds. You put us in the right environment, or you give yourself certain nurturing. Everyone's nurturing looks different. Just like a seed, some seeds require extreme heat, some requires dry soil, some requires moist soil, whatever the case is. It's the same thing as a human. You have to be in the right environment for you, and you will grow. And sometimes the roots are growing. There's some trees and plants that, like, the roots are all over the place, right? And you won't even see a branch. You won't see a leaf. You won't see nothing. But the growth is happening. And it's the same thing with being a human. Like, literally designing your life and going about your action plan, being disciplined through that action plan, something will grow. There will be growth. Your desired outcome will come. Like, it's a law. It's a law. You're not going to be a seed in soil, getting all the nutrients, getting all of the things, and not grow. And sometimes it may be a slow growth. Sometimes you may have to move about in different soil. You may have to move around different cities. You may have to change jobs. You may have to leave a relationship. You may have to start completely over. It is okay to start completely over. On this journey to becoming unrecognizable, understand that I spoke about these three things, and I know the video is a little short. I know you're just like, oh, here we go again, but I'm serious. You work on these three things: your body, your mind, your soul. Like, you will see growth. The thing is, a lot of us don't want to do the hard thing. We don't want to cut a relationship. We don't want to switch careers. Like, yes, the state of the world is rough. Like, I'm not sitting here saying I have it all figured out and, like, yeah, it's all roses. And no, I'm not saying that. It is rough out here. But I'm talking about the little things that you can do. You can keep putting out applications, being positive about it. You can go for a walk at the park, go for a walk around the block. You can sign up for a gym membership, go to the gym, move your body, right? You can try to eat better food. So, get whole foods, rice, meats, vegetables. You can try to do that. Instead of snacking on Doritos, you can maybe snack on some nuts or a yogurt. I know I'm talking to somebody, but there are little shifts that you can make. Even though things are rough, even though your back is against the wall, you can keep telling yourself, like, things are going to get better. Things are getting better for me. Opportunities are coming to me. Like, I am so lucky. I'm so grateful. Like, thank you. Thank you, universe. Thank you, God. Whoever you subscribe to, like, thank you so much. Like, I feel it. I know it's happening. Like, everything is going to change. Everything is going to change. And you have to keep saying that, and you have to believe that. I have a thread that I want to share with you all. If you don't follow me on Twitter, if you don't follow me on Threads, make sure to do so. This thread says, just because you cannot see something does not mean it fails to exist. To see, you have to believe. Faith means believing in the outcome, not the how and what. I wish I understood this sooner. Faith means believing in the outcome, not how it's going to happen, not when it's going to happen. And that's what I'm talking about when it comes to your mindset. You have to believe that you're going to get the desired outcome because you deserve it, because you're an abundant being, because we're not meant to be here to suffer. That's a whole nother conversation. But I know society can be a lot, okay? The unfairness is a lot. But you have to move forward in delusion. And now I understand what the gurus say. Now I understand what the girls and the guys are saying. I understand. Like before, I used to watch other creators, watch other entrepreneurs, and just be like, of course, easy for you to say millionaire. I used to be that person. And to be quite completely honest, I still have my thoughts, the battles with my thoughts, the battles with my mind, where I'm just like, is it even worth it? Is it even worth it to post this video, to post this content? Like, is anybody listening? Is it even worth it? The dream is bigger. The dream is bigger than everything you're going through in your daily life. You have to believe, you have to have faith. To be completely unrecognizable, to transform for real, not the superficial, like, okay, yeah, in 21 days, it takes 21 days to form a habit. Like, no, none of that. I'm talking about real work, deep work. You have to show up every single day and you have to do something for each of those things: your mind, your body, your soul. You literally have to treat every day as a new experience. And I know it's hard. It's something I'm rereading in A Happy Pocket Full of Money. Try to remain present. You are in control of your here and now. I think it's so easy to live in the future, to daydream, or to worry about things that have not happened yet, or to be stuck in the past about something that did happen. I get it. But you are no use to your future you if you're not present right now. Opportunities will pass. You will just completely miss out. I just wanted to touch on that really quickly because even with myself, I've noticed how I can just zone completely out. And that's just not going to work on this journey, okay? If you can resonate with anything that I spoke about, make sure to comment down below if you want to add on to the conversation. Like, subscribe if you want to see more videos about self-improvement, entrepreneurship, and creativity. And of course, I share bits and bobs of my life, so make sure to stick around for that. Thank you so much for watching.